I'm Nathan, and along with Peter, Tim, and Nick, I will be teaching you about the history of the 20th century in Europe. Personally, I think the 20th century is one of the most invigorating and enlightening ones to learn about because of things like total war, and the Cold War, and communism, and the Soviet Union. Let's start it off with an overview of World Wars I and II with Nick.
It's time for World War I and its best-selling sequel with Nick.
Headshot. Sit down. Stand up.
Germany, Italy, and Austria, otherwise known as the Triple Alliance, started before World War I. The Triple Entente, with Russia, Great Britain, and France, was a very powerful role beginning before World War I. Then, the Serbian terrorists assassinated the Austrian Archduke. The war. And Germany offered unconditional support to Austria, which had war on Serbia. The Schlieffen Plan in Germany called for a quick invasion of Belgium to get into France. The German invasion of Belgium caused Great Britain to go into war. Everyone thought the war would be over really quick. That was not to be. The front in France was a stalemate. With trenches and slaughter, many people died. Ow! I said jump! This was total war, with all sides of society being involved. United States want to join in 1917?
Yeah!
Hey.
Oh, say, can you see?
Ended in 1919 with the Treaty of Versailles, which placed harsh treatments on Germany. Bringing over to Nathan for the sequel.
Now it's time for World War Dose. Now, the Treaty of Versailles helped set the stage for this with things such as the harsh payments that Germany had to make and the war guilt clause on Germany, which basically said that Germany would assume full responsibility for the war, even though, keep in mind, it was a Serbian nationalist who started the thing. The treaty had also created the League of Nations, which was an attempt at like an early UN type thing, except the US, who was originally the biggest supporter of it, decided not to join, which is a bit of an issue.
This is World War II. Take 3.
Then came the Great Depression, which created hardship for many people. And as you know, when economic hardship comes along, people like Hitler get elected. Sieg Heil die Führer!
Springtime for Hitler and Germany.
Springtime for Hitler. A little-known dude named Adolf Hitler came to power in Germany in 1933. He soon became the Führer. Hitler started being very aggressive to other countries, but the Allies, meaning Britain, France, and the US, had a policy of appeasement which basically let him do all of that. This was mainly promoted by British Prime Minister Neville Chamberlain. Hitler made the Axis alliance with Italy in 1936. In 1939, he invaded Poland, which prompted Great Britain and France to declare war on Germany. Hitler's Germany was an example of totalitarianism, with the SS and the Gestapo. After the war, Hitler's policy of blitzkrieg, or a lightning war, was quickly vanquishing his enemies. But then, in 1941, he decided to invade Russia, and as you all know, no one invades Russia and succeeds with it, except for, wait for it, the Mongols. Hitler's goal of conquering territories was to achieve Lebensraum, or living space, for his Aryan race. Nazi-occupied territories were governed by the New Order, which was based on racial imperialism. The Holocaust killed over 6 million Jews, as well as 6 million other undesirables. Italian fascist Mussolini led Italy in World War II. In 1944, in the D-Day invasion, the Allies invaded occupied France. And the war ended in 1945, with the Soviets and the Americans meeting up. This created two blocks which were liberated by different powers, which led to the Cold War with the Eastern Bloc and the Western Bloc. This has been World War I and its best-selling sequel with Nick.
Welcome to Russia with Peter.
At the beginning of the 20th century, Russia was ruled by the Romanov dynasty. Nicholas II. The loss of the 1905 Russo-Japanese War brought great shame to the families, the rulers of Russia. This, combined with growing liberalism and unsatisfied workers and peasants, led to protests in St. Petersburg. Now we take a short break.
Vote for Putin. It's not like you have a choice.
Now. Soldiers fired upon civilians, and now what became known as Bloody Sunday.
Gorilla is on fire!
These prompted Tsar Nicholas to create the October Manifesto, which created the Duma. World War I. Tsar was deposed and provisional government declared. The provisional government was unpopular because it continued the war. The provisional government was overthrown by the Bolsheviks and thus became the glorious USSR. Their first leader was Vladimir Lenin. New economic policies allowed limited economic freedom. Lenin soon died, and his successor, Stalin, took power. Great purges were an example of totalitarian rule. 5-year plans created a communist economy. World War II rolled along. Bang bang! Resulted in Soviet control of East Europe. And along came Khrushchev with his anti-Stalinization plans. Take a short break as Khrushchev battles Nixon.
Yeah, welcome to the Rap Battle 2014! We got Richard Milhouse Nixon throwing it down against Nikita Khrushchev. So, boys and girls at AP Euro, I want y'all to make as much noise as legally possible in the Lake Villa Lindenhurst area. And DJ, spin that ish!
My name Nikita Khrushchev and I wanna keep peace. My country very young, but we also very beast. We pass you soon, we'll make you cry. We'll look down from our rockets and we'll wave goodbye.
My name is Richard Nixon from the US of A. Y'all better listen to what I'm about to say. This house right here costs $14,000. Our workers are still protesting, but they can afford it.
Without your useless capitalist slime, in Soviet Russia we still have good time. Even if your life sucks, you can still have house. But in good old America, you want straight like mouse.
To me, you are strong, but we are stronger. To say we are weak, you couldn't be wronger. We both have rockets and affordable homes, and we both have people with good spirit, you know.
Come on, who's next? You decide. Go to www.nathangunlock.com or follow me at Miss Eichmann on Twitter.
Along came Brezhnev. Brezhnev doctrine stated that the USSR can intervene to protect communism anywhere. Along came Gorbachev. Perestroika and Glasnost reformed the Soviet Union into a more liberal state. The Soviet Union died. Came Yeltsin, Putin, and the Russia of Putin.
This has been Russia with Peter.
Now it's time for social history and culture with Tim.
Okay, we have like...
The world wars had great impacts on society. In World War I, the labor shortage caused by the result of sheer amount of men in the military resulted in less power for labor unions and a greater role of women in society. Women replaced men in the workforce and got voting rights after the war. The war promoted social equality. In World War II, the same thing happened. Women took men's place in the workforce. On to art in the 20th century. The Cubist movement was founded in 1907 by Pablo Picasso. Cubism heavily features geometric shapes vaguely resembling people and objects. The painting Guernica by Pablo Picasso is probably the most notable. And modern art, also in the 20th century, was crap.
Well, this has been 20th Century History. I certainly hope you enjoyed it. I'm Nathan, and I'll see you next time on History with Us.